Welcome back to Simply Southern. The legislative session wrapped up in May, and it was a busy session. To discuss it, Brian Hardin of the Alabama Farmers Federation is here. Brian, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
Yes, so fiscally with budgets, there was a lot of good news with budgets this year. Tell us about that.
So our state legislature really has done a great job managing the state's resources. We're in fantastic financial shape and have been for the last couple of years. We may see that start to change a little bit just from the economy standpoint in the next couple of years. But the legislature has done a great job putting in reserve accounts, really putting us in a position to where when we do experience a downturn, we should be in much better shape than maybe several years past.
Well, that's great news to hear. And I know another thing, aside from budgets, always take a lot of time, but in this session, there was gambling, took up a lot of the session time.
That's right. That was a big issue this year. The Alabama Farmers Federation does have a policy opposing gambling, so we did spend time and focus to work against that legislation. Fortunately, the bills were defeated. We'll continue to work with legislators, educate them, because this may be an issue that comes back in the future. But it's just an issue that's important to our members because of what the potential impact can be to Alabama, and especially rural areas in a lot of cases.
That's very true. And now something that can have a really great impact on rural Alabama and the entire state is the proposed Alabama Farm Center at Hallmark Farms. And I know there was some legislation related to that got passed this year.
We're super excited about that. We have great partners in Jefferson County that work with us alongside to pass a bill that sets up the governance structure, the board that will oversee the Alabama Farm Center in North Jefferson County. So we are working now to proceed with the appointment process that several constitutional officers will have, and the Speaker of the House to make those appointments to the board. So really excited to see that moving forward.
Yes, that's going to be a great next step in that project. So another piece of legislation that I saw a lot of our farmers talking about was the health plan legislation, and just how important that is for farmers who are truly self-employed to have a good way to get a health plan. So tell us some about what happened there.
Yeah, so we, about mid-session, had a bill introduced that mimics what other state farm bureaus have done. There are about 7 now that have put this into place, where it gives them an opportunity to underwrite a health plan for their own members. You can see great decreased cost in this for, like you said, young farm families, but also older farm families too, just depending. So we think it's a real opportunity to bring down some of those high costs and still have great health coverage. So we'll immediately be working on that again, preparing for session next year, again, to really talk with our members, to talk with the legislature to help them understand how this really can be a great benefit.
Well, Brian Hardin, thank you so much for being with us. And if you are interested in learning more about agricultural legislation that passed this session, you can visit alphafarmers.org and go to Capital Connection. Up next, it's supper time already. We're heading over to the Southern Bite Test Kitchen, where Stacy Little is cooking up his hearty cream cheese bacon chicken pasta.
Have you ever tried to find the perfect farm to call home here in Alabama? And how do you build a profitable business once you find one? The educators and research behind Alabama Extension are a great resource. Come discover what we have to offer beginning farmers, like one military veteran and his family in Arab.
When we moved here after we retired from the Army, we decided to start a farm in order to raise our children, where they have to be responsible for another life other than themselves.
David and Amber Keener left life in Hawaii 2 years ago in search of green pastures here in Alabama. He found the perfect farm, then turned to Alabama Extension for what to do next.
That's usually how a lot of the conversations start with beginning farmers here at the county level, is they just come in looking for help, for advice, for people to point them in the right direction.
We're a micro dairy farm. We have 4 Jersey cows, and future plans will include 4 hoop houses where we do tomatoes and cucumbers on a rotational basis, as well as a berry farm for blackberries and blueberries.
As the Keeners worked to get their farm moving in the right direction, they were introduced to Extension's Operation Grow, a program open to military veterans needing hands-on training, networking, and support to become successful beginning farmers.
The Operation Grow program has helped over 127 veteran farmers across 49 counties in 2023. We continue to grow. So if you'd like to find out more, just contact your local Alabama Extension office.
One of the things that people don't realize about Extension is all of the resources that we have, whether it's publications online, the workshops that we offer, or even just being that, what I call the switchboard, is here locally to direct people.
To learn more about Operation Grow and other Alabama Extension resources, visit aces.edu.
What we eat, what we wear. It all starts somewhere. And if it's good, it usually starts with a farmer. And that somewhere is right here in Alabama. In a field, in a barn, on a tractor. Right now, there's a farmer starting something good for all of us. And it all starts right here in Alabama.
There's no such thing as downtime when you own a farm. This is your land. You tend it and try to get the most from it, no matter the weather or time of day. It's been that way for generations. And for generations, your local quality co-op store has been there for you, with a full range of agriculture supplies and services, from feed to fertilizer, seed to grain storage, and the right hardware for any application. You'll always find what you need, plus friendly, knowledgeable advice at your local quality co-op store. There's one near you.
Support healthy food from local farmers by purchasing a Farming Feeds Alabama license plate. The tag funds education and promotion efforts, including Ag in the Classroom, agricultural scholarships, and youth programs. Get your Ag tag today.
For more Simply Southern, follow us on social media. And while you're online, visit our website, simplysouthern.tv.net. Simply Southern continues in a moment.
Buying from local farms has turned healthy eating into an adventure for the kids.
Beef tastes even better when you know the farmers who raise it. I love a good steak, and it's nice knowing that our local ranchers are helping our environment.
I do like a little honey in my tea. Keeping my money in the local economy by buying from Alabama farmers makes it taste even sweeter.
Bring the farm to your home. Discover what's growing near you at sweetgrownalabama.org.